Well, hello there YouTube, Matt here from Ashdown Park, and just a quick update on what I've been up to. Over the bank holiday weekend I have built a signal box, the construction of which didn't exactly go according to plan. However, I'm doing it as a derelict signal box. This is the model over here. It's a ratio plastic kit. It's a Great Western signal box. I'm going to paint it up in southern colours. Now, I know there are going to be people out there who will point out that there are more than likely no signal boxes on the southern network that actually sort of look like this. This is, as I say, a Great Western signal box. I'm a Great Western Railway enthusiast, so I know my Great Western signal boxes. However, I've built it and hopefully it will be on Ashdown Park. It is going to be painted in southern colours, as I say, and as you can see, I had a few slip-ups with the cutting tools trying to get this window out of its sprue. And some of the windows aren't in place properly, hence why I'm making it a derelict. Now, this bit here is probably the most inaccurate. Unfortunately, I will admit this, because I am a perfectionist. I accidentally put this piece in upside down, so I've put in some modelling putty to sort of plaster it over. I don't think there are any signal boxes that look like this. This is my work. Not my best, I will say, not my best, but I work with what I have, and it will in fact look a lot better once it's painted. Any sort of excess bits of glue and filling putty that I've used will sort of become moss, or you work with what you have really, and it will look better once it's painted. I can assure you that. My models always do. I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. I don't say that to blow my own trumpet. I just seem to find that they do look better once painted. The coal bunker, this bit here, didn't actually come with a back, so I took some thin strips of plastic card and laid them up like planks of like wooden planks to create a back, because I didn't like the fact there was no back on the sprue and it just didn't feel right. I don't know if you're meant to butt it up to the back of the building, but on the photo on the box, which I don't have to hand at the moment, doesn't show it butting up to the building. So therefore I created this back bit, and I'm going to fill it up with sort of gravel to represent coal. So yeah, so I'm going to paint that at some point during my furlough leave, and it is a plastic kit. I work much better with plastic kits. Not a big fan of card kits. If you saw me on the Great Model Railway Challenge Series 1 Episode 3, Globetrotting, you will know that I'm not a fan of card kits. Now, I will give you an example. These were the two kits I actually managed to get built in the show. This village store, and this was something I had to bodge build. Now, I wasn't very happy with it. Fortunately, it didn't get on camera, but I'm going to share it with you now. It was this. I was running out of time basically, and if you've seen the episode, you will know I had 20 buildings to produce. And I kind of had to sort of botch build, this one. However, what I'm really proud about is the fact that all the posters that feature on these buildings are ones I printed off myself. I actually got them to the right scale. I printed them out, cut them out. I even created them as PDFs for members of the Tunbridge Model Railway Club to use. You can see in the window of the custom made, it's a bit blurred. Let me just try and focus it for you. No, doesn't want to focus, but in the Cliffs End Travel Bureau, there's a poster, I think, for, I'm not sure without looking it up on my laptop, but you can also see the flags. Now, as I say, this was a botch build, really. I worked with what I had, and it didn't really go according to plan. As I say, this was one of the few things that didn't make it to camera. So there was those two. There was an N-gauge building, but I can't seem to find that at the moment. So, however, the star attraction, obviously, if you remember that that episode, was in fact these little beauties. Here they are, the beach huts. That's the one with the Canada flag on it. We've got, I think that's New Zealand. This one I actually painted red, white and blue because it has the British flag. And then we've got France. Switzerland. Now I know this is incorrect because obviously Switzerland has a square flag, but it had to be done to an extent that it could fit on the roof of a beach hut. These are in fact Will's Kit's plastic sheds, but I was given the challenge by our club secretary John, who wanted them for the layout, and I delivered. Then we've also got a historically accurate flag of Spain. The layout was set in 1955, so I did my research and found flags of the time that were historically accurate. So that was Spain at the time of 1955. India obviously became independent from Britain in 1947, so that's the Indian flag beach hut. Portugal. Again, historically accurate flag. But it's had that flag now for quite some time, I believe, anyway. So that's Portugal. Australia. There we go. Australian beach hut. Italy. So that's the Italy flag beach hut. Belgium. And finally, America. And the American flag is historically accurate for 1955. It only has 48 stars because Alaska and Hawaii weren't part of America in 1955. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I tried to make sure this flag was as historically accurate as I possibly could. I did explain that on the programme, but it didn't make it to camera. So, yeah, I mean, that was back in 2018, October 2018 that I did these, and they're still in very good condition. The flags, that is. I did put like a a varnish over the top to try and preserve them, and it seems to have worked pretty well. So yeah, they're the beach huts. Yeah, 12 in all. 12 in all from that programme. So what's next on the cards model making wise? Well, I've already built one of these. In fact, I'll just go and grab it for you. Bear with me. So, yeah, I've already built one of these carts, and I did it as a bookstall. I'm going to do this one as a bookstall as well, in slightly different colours. Now, the roof is very dirty, because obviously I've done it so that it can sit on a platform, and of course the roof is dirty because of all the soot that comes off the locomotives. So that's one of the second-hand bookstalls that I've built for Ashdown Park. And I have a second one here that I'm going to build. I'm going to paint it slightly different colours. This is showing it as a fruit stall. But again, I'm going to do a second bookstall with different coloured books. I don't know if you can actually see the books. It's not very well lit. But you know, we got red, yellow, blue, green books. No, you can't really get a good angle because of the roof. Probably the best you're going to get. So we got that. I don't know if I'll give this a go because there aren't really any instructions, but it's got plenty of brick stuff in it, so you know, I can make brick walls for the station. I can work with this even if I don't build the building itself. There's enough stuff in here that I can probably put some things together, like a scratch build or a bodge build or what have you. And I'm sure there's people out there going, oh my god, what is he doing? Well, you know, I work with what I've got, I build with what I've got. So I'm not a scratch builder, but I'm a kit basher. I will kit bash anything I can find. You know, if it looks right or feels right, I'm there. So that's pretty much it for Ashdown Park side of things. I don't know if the beach huts will make an appearance on it, you know, as a shed or something, you know, because we can easily swap them out every time. I'd have to discuss that with the rest of the team, Stu, Gav, Ruben. I'm sure they wouldn't mind, but you know, best to discuss it with them first. So pretty much that's it for now. I will probably do a video of me building and painting this one, because this was a real joy to put together and paint, basically. So I will leave it at that. I will say to you, stay safe, stay home, you know, protect the NHS, blah blah blah. You're probably as fed up of hearing about it as me, really, but you know, it is an important message. And I will see you next time. So hopefully by then this will be painted for you to see. I am last thing I will say is I'm going to put ballast and flock around the bottom to give it a bit more of a natural look. And yeah, that's about it really. So this is Matt of Ashdown Park signing off, and I will see you next time. Good evening.